with Isaiah Stewart. And Griffin, the former Piston, wins the tip and the Nets control. Here's Durant. Harris thought about it, gives it up. Harden on the attack, gets it over to Griffin, patiently flips and gets fouled.
That hamstring injury throughout the course of this offseason and preseason, so that is something that will come.
Well, he's the kind of rush it, don't stress it.
Well, that's how you get your rhythm, your conditioning, everything.
Grant gets Durant in the air and reverses it home for the first there. Durant on the attack, off one leg, gets the roll, and the first basket of the game is brought to you by third in the NBA in points per game as Hayes serves it up and in off the window.
And that's where Killian Hayes is at the paint, and they're quick in their recoveries as well. So for the Nets, they may have some open three-point shots, but nice to collapse them in early.
Harris mid-range is good. Durant, step back three is good.
Early on in games, something really important when you want to try and catch yourself in a rhythm.
Greg did the other night, but that was very similar.
Oh!
Hayes will fire a three. Harden down the floor, Durant leaking out, able to finish plus the foul. MVP chant for Kevin Durant after that bucket.
That has been a regularity early. The Clay's crowd.
Here's Harris. Driving in and finishing beautifully off.
It makes it so much easier for Joe to get ahead on that one.
Saddiq Bey hits the jumper, cutting into what was an 11-2 Nets. Mills turns the corner, finds Griffin. Harris, corner, got it. Despite more threes being shot per game than ever before in NBA history. So I ask you, Sarah, as Jeremy Grant finishes in the paint, why do you think the three-point shooting percentage has been so much lower to start this season?
Well, I'm going to steal some of what Dwayne Casey talked about earlier when we had heard from him and was asked the same thing. And he said there's so much switching 1 through 5 that it doesn't allow as clean and open of three-point looks. I also think the fact, and our great friend Tim Capstraw brought this up.
Oh, Durant nearly got it to drop.
That with a little bit more freedom to be physical with the way that the early part of the season calls have been made, that it allows defenders to stay in front of their man some more, doesn't force help as much. You don't have to be quite as sunk off some shooters, and you could stay more attached to three-point shooters. That's the great capper, the brilliant capper's theory on it. But I think there's a lot of things. I also think just it has been, I think about the last 2 seasons and just what challenges that pose to so many players. I'm curious just at the early part of this year how everyone is coming back. We've seen some teams still working your way into condition. That factors into your legs and three-point shooting. So I think there could be a lot of things across the board.
I think Saddiq knew we were talking about the poor three-point shooting numbers, and he obliged there by
We've seen a lot of air balls. We've seen a lot of air balls throughout the course of this early part of the year.
Nets have shot it well in this opening quarter. Harden throws it away. Hayes the steal. 7th pick of the 2020 draft. Kicks to the corner. Grant, catch, fire. No. And Griffin running out off the rebound. Here comes Durant. Durant barreling in. And that's going to be a charge. Wow. How about Hayes? Able to draw the charge.
That's a really nice job by Hayes. Gets to the spot, and watch how quickly he squares up and stops and waits. And Durant didn't even say anything. He turned and walked back the other end of the court. But this is a really nice play by Killian Hayes of his awareness, and that's an aspect of his game that he brings to the table, what he does defensively. I know they're still waiting for his outside shooting and just consistency of his shot to continue coming along, but we saw how he can get downhill defensively as well. He's someone who's really smart and has great instincts.
Grant will try another. That one he knocks down from the left wing. Sarah talked about it. Grant has been off to a cold start shooting from 3 to begin this season, just 26%. He's a 35% shooter from 3 in his career. Pistons have scored 5 straight, make it a 3-point Nets lead. Harden, shot clock fading. Harden has to put it up and connects.
Well, James Harden knew he had the mismatch with Olynyk on him, and spent some time creating space to get that one to go.
Marcus Aldridge getting ready to check in for Brooklyn. Olynyk finds the cutter. Josh Jackson gets rejected. The follow won't go. And it's Jackson after an outstanding defensive effort by Blake Griffin.
And watch the end here. Does Blake get, smacked in the face. Across the neck in the face off that. Nice job, though, with the pursuit. And that's, we talk about the points of emphasis for Brooklyn and areas that they're really looking to clean up. And, of course, the defensive glass is one of them. Been hurt on that in a variety of occasions.
I thought Michael Grady asked a great question after the game the other night. He said, what's that next kind of hill you guys are trying to get over, the next hurdle you're trying to climb? As Aldridge twists into the mid-range jumper. Yeah, that's why he has 20,000 plus points. Beautifully done from Aldridge. But James Harden's answer, Sarah, was cleaning up the defensive glass and turning it over less. Those are the next two things that need to be addressed for Brooklyn.
Well, because it's all about extra possessions. And think about how many extra shots and extra possessions opponents have gotten. And when you even that out, it makes such a huge difference.
Aldridge had 21 the other night in the win. Durant trying to get it to him. Nice hand.